Hello, beautiful souls. We're diving into water sign readings. I pray this message finds you at the precise time you need it. As always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest for everyone else to find, as these are timeless collective messages, so put it where it fits. And if more than one sign resonates with you, totally cool. Follow that instinct. Let's get right into it. Now, before we actually look at all the signs, it's okay to look at your moon sign, your sun sign, your rising. I'd also encourage you guys to look at your midheaven, okay? I mean, I guess it just really depends. Look at what sign your midheaven is in. Look at your Venus sign, look at your Mars. It really just depends on what you're trying to learn more about you. So think about what you know about the planets, and then if you take a look at your birth chart, you can go from there to see what you feel drawn to listen to. All right. But I definitely say start with your big three. Here we go. All right, Pisces, let's get into it. Your first card, inspiration with a salamander and black pepper. That's number 17 also. That's beautiful. I feel like some of you are getting back in touch with old passions. There's a sense of revival here. And I'm also hearing survival and revival. So maybe there was some aspect of you or your communication or something that really used to inspire you that was kind of put off to the side so that you could spend more time getting to know yourself in different ways. Now, and I'm feeling also that for some of you, there was a really long period of burnout that left you emotionally and physically exhausted, and it almost feels like strung, like high strung, in that you were very sensitive, very on edge, very, very emotional, and highly reactive to a lot of things in your life. And where this energy is moving forward for you is that Pisces, you're starting to open up new levels of communication at this time. You're starting to clear the path once more for your passion to take hold. So I just had to pause the video because the medicine I had burning was going like crazy, and it really feels like confirmation for you, Pisces, that your entire reality kind of fell apart with this burnout. Maybe you were forced to walk away from certain situations or places that you no longer had the drive for, or you didn't feel like you belonged in anymore. And I'm seeing that caused a really deep rift in your psyche, that this has been driving a really intense need for repair. I'm hearing dropping out. So maybe there was something you walked away from or you let go, and because carrying the weight of that would have really smothered what other energy you had left to give. Yeah, I'm getting another message here for you with the interruptions and the distractions here, Pisces. It's like you have been learning how to tend to emergency situations. It feels like there's been a lot of emergency type of things that have needed your attention and needed your prioritization, and something about whatever these circumstances were really brought your it added to the sense of being on edge that you already had from having this kind of distorted relationship with your inspiration, this distorted relationship with your passion and your creativity. Pisces, this is really feeling like you're circling back around to these things because they're making a comeback in your life. There's a need to completely sever ties with the version of you that followed your inspiration the way that version of you did. And it's really interesting the way that's coming through, because you're starting to acknowledge that even more so now than ever, this part of you, this inspiration, this part of you that felt like you had something to consistently give, that without that kind of expression, without that ability to communicate, you were at a real loss of self, a real detriment to your sense of self. I just feel like I need to, yeah. Pulling over some of these cards. So you guys be careful on the roads, okay? Because I'm seeing someone here get pulled over. I'm seeing one taillight's out. Someone's getting their plates checked. If you haven't updated your registration, do that. Do that. Okay, we have the starfish spirit and the coyote spirit. So we'll start one at a time. I feel like the coyote spirit wants to speak first. We have trust in divine detours, number 16. So it feels like that feels in relationship to this message here about you changing the way you relate to your inspiration. Maybe you were led away from something because the way you were doing it was not healthy or sustainable to you. Maybe it wasn't for your passion anymore. It was for the people-pleasing side of things. However this was for you. Whatever this inspiration was, it doesn't have to be something necessarily creative. It could have just been something that you really enjoyed that you had to give up. Okay? I feel like with the starfish spirit, we have number 59 here. Open up to infinite possibilities. Infinite possibility. Okay? Again, that's the 17, the star card here with inspiration. 59 breaks down to 14, which is a 5. All about patience and temperance. We have 7 here with the 16 on the coyote spirit. I feel like Pisces, you're going to be going through some realizations shortly about how much your perception on the twists and turns of your journey are just that. They're your perception. Because it's so interesting the way this wants to come through. Like your healing depended on approaching your craft or approaching whatever this passion is or your respect for it in a different way. And I'm seeing that this vitality is being restored to you. With this infinite possibility here, it's like Spirit keeps trying to redirect you towards the sense of abundance. Yeah, the sense of abundance that you've been seeking and craving. And it's requiring you to let go of some sort of need to grasp onto certain stability. Okay, certain types of stability. So you might be triggered by certain doors closing for you at this time, opportunities not panning out the way you expect, because Spirit is rewarding you right now, Pisces. Spirit is rewarding you for pursuing your passion. Spirit is rewarding you for pursuing your passion. So keep going. Keep going. We have, yes, oh my goodness, Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait. Number 53, watch and wait, Spirit is saying to you. You are just getting started again, feeling comfortable, fully expressing this side of you. Whatever the absence of this part of you was, it felt like you were walking around or trying to run with crutches, okay? Now that you have this piece of you back, or it's starting to come back online, this burnout is being healed. Spirit is saying, watch and wait for how much potential your passion has to become something really tangible and very fruitful. Life is a mystery, says the Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. Number 8. I'm seeing 6, 7, 8 for you, as well as 5, 5, 5, Pisces. I'm also hearing a 5, 6, 7, 8. And then Sabi. Bigfoot. Number 7, honesty. Being true to you, Pisces. Being true to you. At the cost of logic. At the cost of old logic that really doesn't serve you anymore. Being true to you. Your whimsical, delusional self, Pisces. Because believe it or not, that's your abundance frequency. That raw, uninhibited joy. The part of you that you regain healing from burnout. This is going to open so much up for you. Okay? So much trust. And it feels like, Pisces, you're moving through a realization where you're starting to recognize that 10-10 on the timer here for you. You're starting to recognize that you don't have to know the way for spirit to have everything under control. You don't have to see exactly what they've got cooking up for you to know that you're exactly where you're needed at this moment. Okay? I feel like some of you are feeling like you need to start over. I'm hearing don't be afraid of that. We have the 4 of Wands here. Expansion. The joy. This restoration here. Exactly. This restoration of your inspiration. Expanding your life again. You could be seeing 11-11, Pisces. You could be seeing 11-11. And some of you are just going to be celebrating the fact that you're starting to pursue your passion again. You're starting to allow yourself to indulge in that creative fire. That piece of you that you felt like died. That piece of you that you felt like was stripped away by forces beyond you because of things out of your control. This is a season of rising, Pisces. This is a season of rising. Standing tall. Being seen for all that you are. And embracing this side of yourself, Pisces. Embracing this side of yourself. Yep, and I think we have 14 as one of the numbers that I said before. We have temperance here. 1444. You're very much in alignment right now, Pisces. You're very much in alignment, and you have to stop doubting that. There is a strength, a radical strength being born in you, Pisces. A beautiful, magnetic, heroic, life-saving energy being born in you right now. It's taking shape, and I think you've been aware of this part of you. It's just not been something you could easily access. But that had more to do with divine timing in your life, divine ordinance in your life. Exactly, judgment. Some of these things that you had to walk away from were not your call to make. They were part of the plan for your soul's highest evolution. And because you've changed your approach to yourself, your reality, your boundaries, your understanding of self and manifestation, it's like whatever doors were closed for you are opening. But this energy that you're stepping into, that sounds like howling, wolves howling. Whatever this energy is that you're stepping back into, it's causing you to expand at such a rapid rate, Pisces, that you literally cannot fall back into those same patterns. You cannot fall back into that same mold. You've outgrown the old mold. You've outgrown your old self. You can't shrink. That's not in your reality anymore. You've expanded. Four of Wands being the first card out here. You've expanded beyond what you could return to. You had a lot of healing to do, Pisces. And you have withstood the test of time. You have endurance, Pisces. You have patience. You have strength. You have a balanced mind. I feel like this is one of the biggest things Spirit was trying to teach you. To know who you are, regardless of how things look. You're going to be invited to do something. Spirit is saying, rise to the occasion. Rise to the occasion. As you are called to do. Rise to the occasion as you are called to do. Some of you have been so uncomfortable because you've been living as a version of yourself that wasn't fully accepting of yourself, which means that there was always that part of you, right? There was always that part of you that was back here. And you've done the work to integrate that. To create that safety for yourself, to have that part of you come back around again. You could hear the confirmation. Car horn honking. This is going to feel like the biggest comeback of your life, Pisces. At least so far. Yeah. 10 of Cups. 4 of Wands, Temperance, Judgment, 10 of Cups. Are you kidding me? Pisces. Come on. What are you waiting for? It feels like you're learning that the permission you needed was from you. Like, you've heard this. You've heard that you don't need the validation. You recognize at a mental capacity that you don't need external validation, but you're really understanding what it means to be moving from your own internal fire forward here in your heart. Okay? This is something that is getting strengthened every single moment that you trust it. So trust every single one of your instincts right now. Trust every single one of your instincts, because they will not lead you astray. Pisces. Embrace the magic. Embrace the magic of this time. You're going to be on fire, King of Wands. You're going to be on fire. This strength here, Pisces, this creative part of you. It's like you're not always comfortable. You're not comfortable being selfish, Pisces, or seeing yourself in a selfish light. So I feel like you're getting more comfortable in your boss energy here. Telling yourself you deserve to rise to these occasions, that these were doors opened for you on purpose. On purpose. Carefully timed, divinely orchestrated. Is there anything else you need for Pisces, Spirit? What else does... Any last card for Pisces? To close out the messages for Pisces. Trust the timing of this. Trust that you're ready. trust that the energy work that you've been doing on yourself, the shifts that you've been making in your consciousness and your identity, are the foundation that you need for this next phase of your life to open itself to you. It was just the final, like, clicking, locking into place of this part of you. All right, Pisces, I'll see you very soon. Cancer, welcome in. We had a bunch of cards come out for you, so let's just dive right into it. We have the home here with the beaver and birch. I read this as 30, but when I see the 10 in Roman numerals, that always is a marker for me from spirit about completion and evolving. Okay, so you have 10, 10, 10 here, but you have 30. So you could be seeing threes a lot, 3, 3, 3. Again, with the beaver and the birch here, maybe birch trees and beavers are significant to you. I'm seeing, I'm hearing home is where the heart is. I'm hearing home is where the heart is. And then we have the lizard and pitcher plant with stagnation. We have 12 here. The lizard and pitcher plant with stagnation. Okay, where are we going with this? And then we have 42 with the eel and iris with safety. The eel and iris with safety. 42. Okay. Cancer signs. There's a lot of confrontation taking place in your reality, Cancer signs. I feel like that's a really huge message for you. You're being made to go through a lot of very quick decisions that are highlighting fears and forcing you to act on your instincts. I feel like there's something here about you having a severed trust or a severed bond in your body. Okay, there's something here where, I mean, the severed bond, that could even be like a nerve damage. I'm seeing nerve damage. This is a powerful energy for you to be moving through right now, Pisces, because everything that you thought brought you safety and security is being called into question. Your guides and angels are asking you to redirect your empowerment, your sense of safety specifically, to put that back in your home, yes, in your home, but in your own hands is actually what I wanted to say. I don't know why that came out as home, but I think you're starting to teach yourself, like you're retraining your mind to understand how your relationship to creating safety for yourself was affected by your home life, but really understanding that you inside your body is the safest place that you can be. You as a spirit, you as a soul, you as a being, your body is the safest place you can be. So when you are starting to change your mind around how these different ideas and memories shape the way you either do trust or do not trust your body, do trust or do not trust your instincts, do trust or do not trust your own ability to create safety for yourself. It feels like these are all of the things being called into question right now, because whatever has been holding you back, whatever has been keeping you stuck, is not what's been keeping you safe. And it feels like maybe there's a shift in your home. Like maybe someone here is considering a move, Cancer, that you're needing to change things up, and Spirit is asking you to trust that you will always be led to safety. You will always be led to safety. Okay? There's a lot of things changing right now, energetically, wherever you just walked away from, whatever spaces these were that you walked away from. The duality, like I'm seeing the underbelly of something be exposed. Yeah, yeah, they're just saying like the underbelly of it being exposed here. There's some sort of like shocking electric element to this. We have the eel here, and I'm just seeing like the electric eel specifically. So I'd be curious to see if that's one of the... No, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? The electric eel? We have both eel cards here. You can't even make that up. Stop. I said no, Spirit, there's no way one of these cards is the electric eel. And there it was. I flipped it over and there it is. Okay, it says bring your ideas to life, number 24. So I'm seeing a lot of mirroring taking place with the 42, the 24. There's a need to look at things differently. There's a need to look at things differently, Cancer. Okay, then we have literally, wow, you can't even make that up. You guys, this always, I love tarot. Okay, number 68. I love oracle reading. I love this. I love this for you. Okay, Wombat Spirit says number 68. 2468. You could be seeing jumping numbers like that, or 1248 as well. Be at home, says the Wombat Spirit. That again is about the safety in your own being, the safety that you cultivate in spirit, the safety you cultivate in the recesses of your own mind. You're learning how to train your brain to be a safe place for you to be. And when your brain is a safe place for you to be, your body is a safe place for you to be. All right. I feel like that was a mic drop, but here we go. Yep. Can't even make it up. Time for beginner mind, changing things up, Cancer signs. Number 48. Lots of multiples of twos here. You could be seeing 222 even. 2 4 4 8 6 8 42. 12 even is here. 12 24 you could be seeing. 1 2 4 8. Didn't I say that? Oh my gosh. And then the 30. Okay. The Porcupine Spirit also is a message about boundaries, right? Time for beginner mind. What is it that raises your your hackles or your shackles? What the heck is it called? That like throws off your spidey senses. There's something here about whatever it is that triggers your sense of unsafety that Spirit is saying, hey, let's take a look at what this really means. Let's take a look at actually how much you are able to defend yourself now. Look at how safe you actually are. Look at how guided you are in how you can navigate these situations as they arise. How can you navigate these triggers? Number 39 says, surrender now. The Moth Spirit says, surrender now. Surrender now. Surrender now. Okay, 339. You're receiving very specific healings from your angels and your guides when you're asleep, Cancer signs. Okay? Your guides are doing a lot of work on you while you're sleeping. So you might be sleeping better than you've ever slept before. You might not be sleeping a wink. You are getting a lot of really deep healing. Okay? We have 11 here. The spirit totem animal, direction. Maybe you could be getting visited by new guides. Maybe you've been called to do a meditation to reach out to some of your spirit totem animals. I feel like with this direction here, there's something you're trying to turn around, or maybe you're not sure of which way to go. And I feel like there's a reason that isn't clear yet, because things are still being set up for you. Okay? Some of you might want to do a little bit of an analysis to, I just heard like take the temperature on your season of life. That's really interesting. But I know that each of these quadrants on the wheel, on the medicine wheel, can represent a different season of life. Not just spring, summer, fall, winter, but that might also be something to check into. What kind of season are you in life right now? Some of you guys might have new guides coming into the picture now, Cancer signs. You're very protected. They're showing me this turtle spirit here. So protected, so protected. Okay. I feel like there's this energy of being underestimated here. I feel like you're in a situation where someone underestimates you. I feel like there's something here where you're also underestimating yourself. Or you underestimate you and you're projecting that into your reality. There's a need for trust right now. Okay? There's a need for trust. There's a need to surrender. There's a need to let your guides help you. Connect in meditation more. Connect in meditation more. If you don't know the answer, that doesn't mean spirit doesn't know the answer. So ask. Ask. Tune in. Create more space to receive. All right. Wow. We have the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords for you. Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords, Cancer signs. I feel like you're learning the balance between these two aspects of yourself. The part of you that is completely compassionate, completely forgiving, and completely comfortable letting things go. But on the other side, maybe you're more or less comfortable with either that side or the part of you that can be very harsh, very judgmental, very cold. And I think there's an energy in that, the strength of that intensity that really is not something you want to lean on, really ever. Because you know the power of your words, you know, and you recognize the sensitivity in others around you. But I feel like there's a time and place for this voice that's needing to be activated. There's a sense of empowerment here, Cancer. There's a sense of, it's just like, I'm seeing this card brought to life and you're playing the drum and you're like, okay, is my soul tribe gonna find me? I've been hitting this drum so long, sending out my call. Where are they? Where's everyone? Where am I going? Why am I here? Why am I like this? Why is it like this? Is life always gonna be like this? Moving through the mountains, ups and downs and all arounds, and where am I going? What am I doing here? It feels like that's a very interesting energy I wasn't expecting to ever see in the Queen of Swords. But again, we're channeling here, right? So it's like this is a really much more gentle expression of the Queen of Swords, because you can see the bow and arrow that they're carrying, right? Again, it's not about masculine or feminine energy here. It's not about what the gender is on the card. This is the energy that we're tuning into, okay? There's an awareness of what you're carrying with you, the strength, these truths that pierce illusion. And it feels like the drum, you're choosing to opt for something that is less direct. And I'm feeling that's also, you're seeing that as more subtle. You're seeing that as more subtle. It's showing up as more subtle. And I feel like there's a part of you that's wondering how to step out of this confusion and into conviction. Yep. From confusion into conviction. The moon says, why are you afraid to take a stand in any particular way? However this is manifesting in your current situations. There's something here that you've been wanting to ask for, or you've been needing to speak up about. And Spirit's asking, why? Why do you hold this back? Animals can't help but speak their voices, speak their truths. Why are you holding yours back? Maybe you need to be spending more time with some animals or animal guides. Yeah, exactly. That's why they're trying to come through in meditation. Thank you. What else do you need to know, Cancer signs? I feel like you're afraid of becoming cold-hearted, but you literally could never become cold-hearted. Having a clear style of communication, having a direct style of communication is not the same thing as being cold-hearted. Okay? What flew? What fell? Six of Swords. No kidding. Six of Swords. Something about riding off into the sunset. Something here, whatever this truth is, whatever this communication is that you've been holding back, an acknowledgement of something. This is what's standing directly in the way of your peace. Okay, Cancer? Excuse me. Yeah, no, it just feels like there's so much that's trying to come up and out, and it's just getting like stuck. It's getting stuck. What is this communication that is getting stuck for Cancer signs? Okay, Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, that's about what you want. That's your passion, that's your truth, that's your desire. Why are you holding back your desire? Why are you holding back the specificity of what you want? Why are you denying yourself these truths? Let's go deeper, Spirit, for Cancer signs. Let's go deeper. Spirit's saying, take a stand. Take a stand. The King of Pentacles here. Take a stand. Be clear and direct with what you want. Not just with the small things, but the big things too. What does your heart truly desire? What does your heart truly desire? When you speak your truths to alchemize them, all that does is free you. That doesn't create any negative karmic reaction. When you're sitting in prayer, you're sitting in meditation, you're journaling to vent. That frees you. That doesn't create negative impact or negative consequences. You're already feeling the pain of holding these things down. Is there one last message here for Cancer signs? Connect with the moon. Connect with the moon. Okay, maybe this upcoming full moon will be significant for you. The blood moon, the lunar eclipse on the 3rd. Yeah, something about speaking up. Exactly, exactly. Feeling it to heal it. Feeling it to heal it. Because as long as you're sitting in that 3 of Swords and you're not letting yourself process, like you're holding it down, holding it back, trying to hold it all in. When you open up, this is the same. Wow. That's huge. Your entire self-image is going to shift. When you start to let these things up and out, your entire self-image. You're not going to feel weighed down by your past. You're not going to feel chained by your past mistakes. You're not going to feel chained by the things that have hurt you. Holding your truth back only hurts you. Holding your truth back only hurts you, Cancer signs. Okay? So let it out. Let it out. Process. See a therapist. Book a reading. Vent to someone. Vent to God. God will hear you. God will hear everything. And if you're talking to your therapist, if you're talking to someone else, you're talking to me, God's going to hear you too. It doesn't matter where you are. There you go. Okay? 3 of Swords, 8 of Swords. You're letting all of this go. It's going to move a lot faster than you think. So trust the process. Trust that you're being guided every step of the way exactly where you're needed in time and space. Trust that these healing intentions that you've had are going to manifest, and that because you're stepping up, stepping out, and you're meeting spirit halfway, oh, you will be rewarded. You will be so well cared for. All right, Cancer signs. That's your message. Love you. Hey, Scorpio, we're going to get right into it, okay? Your first message here is number 44. Ooh, the hawk and thistle. Graceful persistence. The hawk and thistle with graceful persistence. I feel like there's something here. You're getting voice activations. You're getting throat chakra activations. You're getting psychic body activations. Scorpio. Holy Hannah. Holy Hannah, there is a lot going on here for you. So we're going to take a look at it. I know you probably got a peek on that card. I didn't, so let's take a look. 10 to the small things, number 40. So you could be seeing 444 a lot. 444 and 111, okay? We have the mouse spirit. Tend to the small things, okay? Every little moment counts. Every single breath you take matters. Every single breath you take, every single choice you make sustains you. Scorpio, what is going on? You might be getting visitations from spirit. Yeah. You're leaning into the unknown very comfortably here. You're leaning into change very comfortably here. And you're showing up for yourself in a way that you haven't been able to before. Okay? Exactly. The rhino spirit. Number 50. Overcome any obstacles by tending to the small things, your graceful persistence. This is all about your come up. Yep, third eye, see, there we go. Third eye and crown activations. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Spirit is saying, open up more to receive these blessings. Okay, there's so much here. There is so much. So much. You're really getting into the alchemy of manifesting. This is really brilliant. This is really brilliant, okay? Because there's something in you that you are validating. There is something about you, about who you are, about, frankly, who you've always been, that you are validating, okay? Scorpio, this feels tied to your sense of power, your sense of personal power, and the strength in your free will decisions, Scorpio. Use your mind wisely, says the pig spirit, number 47. Use your mind wisely. And 36. Koi fish spirit. So, well, hold on. Before I even read that card, that's exactly it. You're monitoring your thoughts. You're observing yourself to see, oh, am I on track with what I really want here? Or how can I bring myself back to a state of blah-da-da, of whatever it is you're trying to create, okay? The koi fish spirit says there is always enough. You're powerfully abundant at this time, Scorpio. Number 36. I feel like you can change any circumstance. It does not matter what circumstances you are in, Scorpio. It does not matter what your circumstances are, because you are always changing things around to suit you. And I don't think you've ever given yourself enough credit for this skill. And maybe this is one of these powers that you're starting to acknowledge. And that's why your acknowledgement of the way spirit shows up for you and comes through for you is something that you're actually giving a little bit more credit to. You're saying, wow, okay, like that was powerful. That was impactful. I feel like, Scorpio, you're really letting things sink in. You're really letting things sink in. You're really letting things sink in here. I don't feel like it's time for this card yet. But yeah, no, that's going to definitely be probably the last card we pull for you. Scorpio. Scorpio, what do you need to know right now? I feel like you're really, whatever you were afraid of, you're not afraid of anymore. Like there was some really massive fear that you've just overcome. Yeah, there we go. You burned right through it. You burned right through it. Whatever the heck that was, you burned right through it. Heart, sacred fire. Passion, number 17. Again, that's a lot of sacral energy here. A lot of sacral energy, creative fire. There is something here being revived. Brought back to life. You might resonate with the Pisces spread. So check it out if it resonates with you, okay? Whatever this, there is something, yeah, it is, okay. You can see like the similarity in colors here with the koi fish spirit and the heart chakra activation, the heart sacred fire. The sun has a lot of healing medicine for you at this time as well. I'm seeing that there's a lot of healing you're doing in relationship to abundance. And that makes a lot of sense because your passion is really tied to your sense of abundance, which is why the koi fish spirit is coming out here in the same kind of vein, the same kind of energy. That spirit is saying, focus on the positive, focus on how you overcome obstacles, not that things weigh you down and stop you, but the fact that nothing actually holds you back, that nothing keeps you down for long and you're always back at it, that no matter what, you are persistent. Scorpio, you are persistent. Oh, and wasn't that the first card that came through? This is the trait that spirit is needing you to lean on at this time. Your graceful persistence. You might also call that your compassionate resistance. Your compassionate resistance and your compassionate persistence. Very interesting. All right, Scorpio, what does the tarot have to say for you? Burning through this fear and just alchemizing it with true fire, with true soul knowing. Wow. Ace of Wands, Three of Wands. Scorpio, this is powerful energy. This is powerful energy. It's just like, again, they're just bringing back this message. Like you can take any situation, you can take any circumstance and turn it into something that is beneficial for you. That is a very, very potent, in-demand skill that you have to build brick by brick. So life gave you lemons and you made a lemonade stand. Life showed you where to find the lemons. Life didn't give you the lemons. Life showed you where to find the lemons. And you built a lemonade stand. That's like how you That's how this is really going for you. It's really interesting, and there's some sort of ingenuity here or creative thinking that you haven't given yourself enough credit for. Oh, oh my God. What? Oh my God. I feel, oh my goodness. We have the Four of Pentacles, Strength, and the Ace of Cups. You have two aces. I told you 111. 811 is also here. You have 411, 811, 444, 808, 456, 345. Okay. Ace of Wands, Three of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Strength, and the Ace of Cups. Jeez. It's like, I'm hearing you're going all in on something here. You're going all in. And that's a trust fall here with Spirit. You're going all in on something, and that is a trust fall with Spirit. But it's more like a trust flying. It's more like a trust flying. You're just, again, it's so interesting. It's like, because you see this pig flying here, and you know how the idiom, like they say, oh yeah, when pigs fly, like that's not real. And that's never gonna happen. I just feel like you live in a world where pigs do fly. You live in a world where you can make a pig fly if you wanted to. I just feel like there's some sort of fantastical thinking here that you have unlocked or never really appreciated that you had access to, Scorpio. And this is something that Spirit is saying, ooh, well, let's show Scorpio how we can turn that into strength and healing and new opportunities. Let's show them how we can make that something solid. Seriously, going so deep in your ability to manifest right now. 1044, you could be seeing 1044. Consciousness activations. Yes. Leveling up. Soul grade completion. You heard me. Soul grade completion. It's not just graduation. You're graduating to the next stage. The next grade. Okay. Nine of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Wow. I feel like whatever you feel you were robbed out of, something, there's something here that you feel like was taken from you. Something that keeps you up at night. How did this go so wrong? How did this happen? Why not me? I feel like there was some confidence wavering here. There was a strength that needed to be developed, okay? But Spirit took you on this alternative route for a reason. Because you don't understand. Whatever foundation Spirit has laid in this kind of off season for you is something that is going to launch you forward so far. So far beyond anything you can actually be capable of understanding right now. That you genuinely had to get out of this mindset where you were afraid of how things would pan out for you, where you were afraid of your creative thinking, you were afraid of the power of your own thoughts. You had to really go through whatever sort of rotating laundry machine was gonna shake all that shit out, okay? You had to, like, I'm seeing go around, like, run around the ringer with this. You really had to. I know you're like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. But you did. Because you were so quick to look for things to go wrong. You were so quick to wait for the other shoe to drop. And you have to understand that it was never going to drop. But you were expecting it, which is why it found you. Okay? Harsh truth. You healed your worthiness. You healed your relationship to your own abundance mindset. And you're going to start to see how the foundation you have laid is paying off. There were things, yep. This is like the quintessential yes. This is the quintessential yes, okay? Hermit. And I say the quintessential yes because this is the card that's the cover of this deck. It's just like, this is the culmination. This is the realization. The Hermit, the number 9 is the realization. We have 99 here. The realization, the culmination. 99 adds to 18, which breaks down to 9, okay? The culmination of how much fear has literally stood in your way and sabotaged things in your life. Okay? You're over it. This isn't your reality anymore, where your fear is more powerful than your destiny. Nope. You don't live in that reality anymore. No, you do not, Scorpio. No, you do not. Okay? You've seen so much. You've been through so much to know now that Spirit's never going to just leave you out in the cold, leave you hanging. Spirit is never going to do that. Ever. There is always enough. There is always care for you. There is always support. There is always potential for growth. Queen of Wands. You are effortlessly magnetic right now because of this activation that you have totally locked into. Yep. Leader in your own right, Scorpio. The leader of your own life. Catch it. Yeah. Chariot on the bottom of the deck. Full steam ahead, Scorpio. Full steam ahead. I'm hearing this, that song by Ed Sheeran. This is the start of something beautiful. This is the start of something new. Different key, of course, but where does it start? No, now I have to know. I haven't heard that song in so... This is... No, too low. Maybe it was okay. It doesn't freaking matter. What else do you need to know? I got sidetracked. Here we go. Oh my god, that's Spirit bringing you back on course every finger. You have 3 aces on the table. 111. I swear it was one of the first numbers out of my mouth for you, okay? Ace of Swords. That's Spirit saying, oh, yeah, bring it back. Bring your focus back, Scorpio. Shoot for the stars. Shoot for the freaking stars. I feel like this is your hall pass from Spirit. You're getting a hall pass from Spirit. That's funny. I don't know why that's coming through, but it's like you're getting something like, I'm seeing like a blank check, something you can say, you know what, here we go. Oh, if I'm really allowed to do all this and believe blank about myself and believe that I'm the best, I'm the whatever you're believing about yourself that is completely radically improved from where you were the last year and a freaking half. This is like Spirit saying, yeah, okay, yeah, tell us. Yep. Because you're not speaking from a place of lack anymore. You're speaking from a place of, oh, you know what? If I shoot this arrow, it totally could land there. I might get close. I might not be exact, but I'll get there. And I'll be a hell of a lot closer than I was if I didn't take the shot. You know? This is, yeah, you're not turning, you are no longer, what is it? Biting the hand that feeds you. No, Scorpio. Just because I saw this 4 of Cups, it's like you're not sitting here pretending that Spirit's not giving you every single possible option forward. That Spirit is saying, hey, haha, we said this way, you're trying to go that way, and we're still saying, like, you know that's not right, but you're scared. You can't keep acting on your fear. You have to act on your bravery. Okay? That feels like the freaking message for you. Holy mackerel, Scorpio, that's huge. Is there anything else that we need for Scorpio here? What do you need Scorpio to know, Spirit? You got 3 aces. I would laugh if the last one came out. They're just singing that song. Ed Sheeran, this is the start of something beautiful. This is the start of something new. I know, I just want to break out into song so desperately. And I'll throw it all away. Watch you fall into my arms again. Wow, that is an old song. I didn't even know I remembered any of those lyrics. You surprise yourself, Pisces, just the same as I'm surprising myself in this moment. Okay. You are so focused right now that it does not matter what theoretical or real negativity exists. Seven of Swords, you're not hiding anymore. You are stepping out as they healed you. You are healing this sense of, I have to protect myself from this invisible evil. Now, yes, we live in a very, very, very tumultuous reality with multi-dimensional wars happening at every level. Yes, yes, we do. And you're allowed to live in your joy because that is the most healing thing you can do for the entire planet. Profoundly simple. Maybe stupidly simple. And yet, true. So what will you choose? Will you choose to stay hiding? Will you choose to pretend like you're not ready, even though you know you are? Will you choose to step up, step out, and keep going? You've got this, Scorpio. There's nothing holding you back. There is nothing holding you back. Beautiful souls. I'll see you in the next one.